We're going to start day 2 of the conference by asking Gretchen Noah herself, the president of the Smith-Lemli-Opitz Foundation, to come up and talk to us about program updates and endowments. Gretchen?
Thank you, Andy. And not too many years ago, Kate and I and the board, based on the good work of the boards before us and all of the people that have put their heart and soul into the foundation, we really started talking about the great work that we're doing, the momentum that was happening, and then how do we keep this going into perpetuity so that families can find us and help their families and have our mission go into perpetuity. So we started the discussion of the changes that we would need in the foundation. And one was a giant overhaul of our website. And I want to recognize, Diana, would you just stand up? Diana Hansen with Move Media and Message has been incredibly instrumental with not just giving our website a facelift. I mean, she started from scratch and built this very perfect, I don't know if anybody remembered the old one, but Kate and I, we never wanted to link anybody to it because it was half broken, it was a mess. And we weren't tech people, but we happened to find the most amazing person that could tell our story and really know how to lead a family into the website to help them in, there's a logical way to do it. There's all this background, and she has been instrumental. So thank you for the huge update in our website, because it not only very quickly, I would say it, probably within the 2 years, has added about 40% at least to our database of members. People can find us easier all over the world, and the information is there for them to self-serve with. The larger we get, the less time that we have for every single phone call or all of the information that people need. For people to be able to just find it themselves, pass it on to their physicians, our special growth charts, all of the information that their pediatrician might need, it's just right there. So thank you, thank you, thank you. There are new sections of the website, news and events, and we have a new family mentorship section that is coming. So I encourage you to look back often to see what is new with the foundation. See, I'm going, but I'm not, I must be doing this wrong. There we go. Okay. There we go. And then it shows on an overall basis how much the foundation is there for families. We charge nothing. For membership, everything that we do is so that everybody has the services equally. We raise awareness, we provide information, we do programs of support, not just for our families, but your families' families, or carriers who find out they are a carrier of the syndrome, but they don't have the syndrome. Everybody, there's a little place on the website for them. Whether it's people from Germany and the foundation that we have linked to our website, our loss community, and if somebody wants to be involved in a medical research study, the foundation, tries to provide a little bit of what is needed for our families. And then at the conferences, we get to do it all in 2 days, and then we record it, live stream it, and people can view those over and over and over again. So the investment in a conference is hugely important because it affects families into perpetuity as long as we have that video on the website. But we need your help, because we started what we hope will bring our mission into perpetuity. And that is the Smith-Lemli-Opitz Foundation Endowment. And what that is a pooled small number of endowments, which has now grown to 18, which we hope will grow into the hundreds. All of them are named endowments and pooled together provide a large operational source of income on an annual basis for our programs. Now, to give you an example of where we are at right now, we have raised enough in our endowment and it's about $210,000. And for us, we're a small foundation. That's actually pretty good for us to keep our operations going and also raise over $200,000 endowment. With that endowment, we can provide the basics of our support, the website, the security, everything, its development forever. So we've already reached our first goal is to provide that support that it's the family's first introduction to the Smith-Lemli-Opitz Foundation. They get their diagnosis, they go online, they're scared, they find the foundation, and then it's the first step in that care journey that they will take. But what exactly is an endowment? An endowment, think of it like a savings account that we invest in long term, and then a portion of it on an annual basis, maybe 4%, maybe 5%, is taken out, and so that interest is used for our program and operations. And the principal or the corpus remains intact and is invested forever, basically. Our goal went over really quick, $3.5 million. So the interest on that would fund the foundation basically into perpetuity. So that's our goal. So we're getting there. It might take us, I'm estimating, maybe 10 years, but we will get there. And we have 18 such families who have already helped us to jumpstart this program, and I'd like to acknowledge them. So here are the first 3.5. I'm really not good at this. I did add that. That was exciting. Okay. So these are the first 9, and I'll leave them up for just a few seconds here. Go ahead. And whoops, there we go. And there are the last 8 of the 18. And while we have a few of our families here, I would love if the Jones family would say, if you want to say just a little bit about, and Patrick, you can bring the microphone over there. Yeah, oh, you've got it, okay. A little bit about why you created the Jackson Juki Jones Duren Endowed Fund for Smith-Lemli-Opitz Syndrome.
Well, much of it you've already said. We wanted to find a way to help fund the foundation long after we're gone, and find a way to honor Juki and kind of make sense of this sort of horrible syndrome he was born with. And that's sort of what we've done with our lives. Thought, like, what can we do? How can we help other people? How can we find meaning in this syndrome that is so difficult? And it really makes us feel great to know that money that people give will be growing and growing, and we don't have to do anything about it, just like our 403B or 401K. And many people know Juki. He's memorable and he's visible all over our small college town. And people want to help, and it makes people feel good to give to a small organization that in the name of someone that they care about. And we find that it's really easy to fundraise because Juki is sweet and adorable, and people want to help. So the way we do our fundraisers is we hold them on Facebook, and it couldn't be easier. Andy will write some some post. I'll take some photos and we'll put it up on Facebook. And before you know it, people have contributed. I don't even know what Juki's endowment is up to now, but a shocking amount of money. That is, the money is just growing there on its own. And it's kind of feels magical and easier than you would think to do.
You guys
So,
have done it a couple of years, and you're close to 40,000.
yeah. And the way that we have sort of figured out to do this is we time it with Juki's birthday. So every January 4th, we post in honor of Juki's birthday and invite people to donate to the foundation. So it becomes a yearly event for us. So, and again, it's like much easier than anyone would think.
Thank you. Mark, do you want to, we've done a little bit different fundraising. Do you want to just let everybody know the different ways that we have fundraisers? Because I have about 6 friends on Facebook, so that wouldn't work for us. But we've kind of hit our sweet spot in other fundraisers. Do you want to just mention those real quick?
So when our son was diagnosed with Smith-Lemli-Opitz, we're very thankful to the physicians, the scientists, everybody here that has supported the Smith-Lemli-Opitz Foundation, supported our kid, supported our family. And we found a way that we could help to support the Smith-Lemli-Opitz Foundation. I think when Mark was 3 or 4, and he's now 22, we started the Marky Noah Balloon Walk in Fargo, and we brought in family members. We brought in some so-called celebrities to help to create some interest. And we had a balloon walk for a number of years. And then that evolved into a hockey tournament. We hosted a termite, mite, and squirt hockey jamboree for a number of years. And that raised a significant amount of money. And then most recently, we've held a golf tournament. And then you've done something involved with the Giving Hearts Foundation in Fargo that has supported the cause as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Diana and her husband and their foundation have been strong supporters of the SLO Foundation, and we're thankful for that.
Thank you. And then Andy?
Yes.
Do you want to hand it to the GUIs?
This is our first conference, and the Smith-Lemli-Opitz Foundation and the website was really helpful to get a lot of information. And so when we heard about this endowment opportunity, I didn't know much about it, but Gretchen was really great about giving the information and like the requirements to start it. And it's really not bad. I think the minimum to raise is $5,000 within.
It's 5 over 5 years.
Yes. So
But
I
we're
was
pretty
like, I
flexible.
can do that within 5 years. And our company the company I work for does a giving fund. So once a year I can apply for the Smith-Lemli-Opitz Foundation, and they donated $5,000 the first round. So I met that goal right away, and that was awesome. And so now we've done it 2 years in a row, and it's really a really nice opportunity. But I know a lot of companies do matches and whatnot, so I think looking into your companies and what they might offer is a good option. And then also the Giving Hearts Day, taking advantage of that on Instagram and Facebook, and the posts that the Smith-Lemli-Opitz Foundation does is great just to share, and getting some donations that way too.
Awesome, thank you. You want to- And then this is, I was going to call you Raina. Nicole
It's
Neff.
okay. My daughter's
You did
Raina.
something unique.
We have been putting on poker fundraisers. So this last one, we put the poker fundraiser on for Raina, of course, and for the Smith-Lemli-Opitz Foundation. And we advertise, we use social media as well, create an event, and we raised at least $5,000 to start the endowment for the one poker tournament. So we had raffle prizes, we had a 50-50 game, and people had fun. We had food we provided, so they bought their ticket and included their meal. I got raffle baskets donated, some I put together. And so, yeah, we brought in the community, and we raised the $5,000 to start the endowment. So.
Awesome. And then the two remaining, Amy, would you like to 15, 30 seconds on Angela's and then also the Bonins? And then the Baukers.
Hi, I'm Amy D'Annunzio, and my daughter was Angela, and she's passed now, but throughout her life, she made an impression on our family members, and they were always asking for different ways that they could help. And some would donate directly to the foundation, and when we were talking about starting the endowments, Gretchen was actually thinking that the endowment would be a way that they could contribute, and it would just keep building and building little by little ways to support the foundation. So we've been just telling our families word of mouth mainly. We haven't had any official fundraisers. It's just been more like whenever they ask how they can help, we just mention, here, donate a little bit here if you would like. And it's been growing little by little, and everybody has a little piece in its success.
Thank you, Amy.
Hi, I'm Erin Bonin. My son's Ryan. I'm going to try and do this without being emotional. What? Yep, right. Here I am. So, my mom. All right. So she'd want me to be strong, so I'll try to stop. My mom was diagnosed with ALS 4 years ago. Her and Ryan are extreme buddies. They just have this amazing connection. And when my mom passed away last year, she was such a strong advocate for Smith-Lemli-Opitz. She even advocated after her passing. Instead of getting flowers or anything, she made it very clear that she wanted people to donate to Smith-Lemli-Opitz. We were just astonished by how much people in our community, she was very well known, she was just a great woman. We raised almost $11,000 just after her passing, and so we just felt so proud of her because she still, without being here, was able to help, and we're going to continue to help raise money in honor of my mom.
And then I know we have two others, and I know I'm over time already, but I do want to acknowledge the new Bowker one, and for Aiden and Andrew, and your Medical and Scientific Advisory Board also created one in support of the mission of the foundation. But they're very easy to do. I just showed Carson's there really quick. They're very easy to do, and again, it was the $5,000 over 5 years. It goes very, very quickly. I'll go forward. Yours could be 19, or 20, 21, 22, and 24. So fill in the name and give me a call. And of course, everyone knows why we would want to be self-funded. It would be to basically continue the mission and help even more families with the good work that we do already. So if you would like to learn more about endowments, please find me afterwards. I thank you very much and for considering a named endowment in honor of your family, your business, anything that will support the foundation into perpetuity. Thank you.